Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and welcome to the Amateur Taco Podcast. I'm your host, Isak Wolf, and here with me I have my good friend over from Geekly Goods, Leo Rydel. Leo, how's it going, buddy?
Bro, Isaac, it's going good, man. I'm glad we finally got together for this crossover episode we've been talking about for a minute, but I'm glad we finally got to cross over and cover this episode,
Yeah,
man. So thanks for having me.
yeah, it has been something we have talked about for months, but finally we're able to do it.
Yes, and it's a
So
good episode, so I'm happy.
yeah, yeah, and. It's something special, I would argue, because something like this doesn't happens quite often. Or I know that Toriko and One Piece had an earlier crossover, but I don't think One Piece has any other. But yeah, to some to summarize up, this we're talking about the crossover between Toriko, Dragon Ball, and One Piece. Uh, which is all about a tournament. Tournament and a shonen spin-off. Who knew? But and the context about the most ultimate meet and the cost of Toriko, Dragon Ball, and One Piece is fighting over it. And but during the hunt for that meet, stuff occurs that they have to help each other out to solve it. In close summary of the story, would you say that?
Yeah, for sure. That's a good summary of that first little half where they're going after the meat, and then the second half, that big giant fish thing,
Yeah,
it pops up.
yeah,
Shit
yeah,
was weird.
yeah. It was weird. I mean, we have all talked about crossovers. From time to time. I mean, Smash Brothers, Jump Force, and yes, it fits now without you doing some random reference of it. Even though Deku probably need to learn Kamehameha in order to defeat All for One, but that's the besides the point.
For real, at this point, he's gonna need to go Super Saiyan God form. All right.
Yeah, yeah, and I was just wondering what your general thought about this crossover, and as a whole. Although you haven't that much experience with Toriko and One Piece, is that right?
Yeah. So okay, this crossover, the only anime that I have completed in the crossover is Dragon Ball, but it was understandable enough to where I could grasp abilities, and obviously who's the main character. Some of the characters are very similar. Also, there's a portion where Vegeta shows up and Zoro and another character named Zebra go to fight him. And I'm like, okay, so they all kind of have these anime archetypes with each of them. And it's easy to follow because I haven't seen Toriko at all. I've seen this character, I've seen Zebra, I've seen a couple of other things, but I've never seen this anime before. So it was really cool to see this character, and I want to go watch it because I thought one of his attacks against Goku when he was blocking and it actually hit him after the impact, I was like, oh, that's really dope. So I like the abilities and I like the character and the personality and the design of that character. And also Goku being typical Goku, I was a little shocked that Goku was kind of smoking them a bit. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
They kind of made it obvious that Goku is the strongest of the three, but this is a One Piece episode. So I was like, oh, I thought they would kind of let Luffy be the one to really lead the pack, but it's kind of on Goku's shoulders. But
Yeah.
I watched a horrible dub recently, Isaac. Horrible. I mean, this shit, the English voices were off. I was like, who did this? They happen to somehow get the guy who usually Goku, but nobody else.
So they had Sean Schimmel, but no one else from the current. I saw the Japanese version of it.
Yeah, I seen that a while back, but I just went to check this out before we did the cast, and I was just like, dude, this is a terrible dub. It's a great episode, but a horrible dub.
Because I know that there is what is it called, a green, big green dub, or
Ooh, maybe.
and then we have the official English dub that was prior to the current cast of English voice actor. I can't remember the name, but it was such a big deal with them that I don't know. Have you seen Super?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah. Do you remember the episode? This isn't a spoiler because this is a filler episode, people. So this isn't a spoiler. But you know the episode with the evil Vegeta that is all purple.
Yeah, that duplicate Vegeta that has that like purple skin type deal. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, the English voice actor for that version of Vegeta was the previous English voice actor of Vegeta that they had before they recast everyone with Sabat, Real, Schimmel, etc. For example, random trivia, you know.
Mad Doc with the puns. We see you, bruh. Bringing out the trivia.
Yeah.
My man on it.
But yes. But you could say also that even though he thought that... I don't know about you, but they clearly nerfed the Dragon Ball cast in this episode.
Greatly nerfed.
I mean all things considered. I mean, you can argue that Goku just took it easy because he's Goku and he wants a fair fight, but the rest of them, especially Vegeta.
Yeah.
Vegeta isn't exactly Goku in terms of taking it easy.
Right. And Gohan too. I'm like, why did they use the bitched up version of Gohan? Because that fish monster that comes out in the second part snatched his ass up so quick. I was like, fuck. Like the fish monster shows up, he tries to battle the monster, and that monster's tentacles just snatch him right out of the sky. I'm like, damn, he got really messed up. Come on, Gohan. Like, you were supposed to be the next, this version of Gohan was supposed to be the next Earth's protector, and he got like dragged.
Yeah, you could wonder if they foreshadowing how Gohan is in the Super right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he isn't exactly the big deal in Super right now, but that's besides the point. Unfortunately, we are talking about Super one day though. So, but here, but in overall, it's clearly something. All things considered, I would call this episode just it's just pure fan service, and with a simple premise, it doesn't really need to be anything else. Something like, I mean, having a tournament, not some major. Imagine, I don't know the major big bad in Toriko. I know as much as you do, honestly, but it was a nice taste. No pun intended. That it was such a simple concept of a story, instead of just having all the big bads fight from three of the franchise and attacking or something. Imagine Blackbeard, Frieza, or whatever villain we have from Toriko attacking, and they need to buckle up, it would just be no.
Yeah, that would be
better.
too much. Like I'm with you there. It's a very simple premise. Race to get some meat. It turns into a tournament. It turns into like this fish monster thing that attacks everybody, and the three of them have to take it down. Like it's simple.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's good fan service. Like there's these funny little transitions where Goku's got his arm around Luffy, and is that the name? The name of that character is Toriko, the guy with the blue hair.
I think so. Let me check it.
Yeah, I was like, also, I can't remember his name for whatever reason, but yeah, they had like he had his arms around them and they're like smiling and laughing, and I'm like, yeah, this is like quick and easy little fan service that's just funny to watch. Yeah. You don't have to really focus too hard on it. They're just crossing over, and I agree with you. It would have been overwhelming if it would have been Frieza and Blackbeard showing up. Like, this is just a little much. But I wouldn't mind that if they decided to like revisit the three of them teaming up. I think I wouldn't mind it on a second little series of crossovers with these three characters, because it's already established now.
Yeah, I checked it out, and it's his name is Toriko. Yes.
Okay, so Toriko.
Yeah. Also, you can, if you really think about it, you can sort of say that there is. It took elements from all three shows. With you have a sea element from One Piece. You have the hunting meat. That's the thing I know about Toriko. It's about the best food. That's the only thing I know, honestly. And the tournaments from Dragon Ball, and so they kind of made a give it the best of all world. So
100%.
Yeah, but I don't think if we can go through we go in circle if you continue talking about it like that. So why don't we do something else? And I was just thinking, after watching this, is there any particular what the fuck?
Uh-oh, you all right?
Oh, wait. Why the fuck did I... Okay, I need to cut that one out. For whatever reason, one of the episodes I downloaded started. But whatever. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear it on my end.
Good. Then I can just listening through that. Okay. Let's take it over. But I was just thinking, is there was there any crossovers that you had in mind when you thought that you would like to see at one point? Be it with some current anime or some old school that's off air right now?
Yeah, so I do think this is a really good idea because it is just like one little episode. It's not too complicated. And I think anime should do this more often because I think it will really help fans of certain series get into other shows, because I was talking earlier about Goku like smoking them, but like it's a One Piece anime episode, and if you are just a One Piece super fan and you've never seen Toriko, like this might make you check out Toriko. Or this probably isn't the case, but I guess if you watch One Piece and you don't watch Dragon Ball, you might go watch Dragon Ball Z now. Like, I doubt that's the case, but maybe. But I think it's like collaborative, and it just feels like a really good effort on the showrunners and the creators of these anime shows. It really just, it seems like goodwill between like creators, and I like that. But answering the question of what other anime crossovers I would love to see, I've got one from like some 90s anime, and then I've got one from current. And current, I do want to see a My Hero Academia crossover with Demon Slayer. I definitely think those are your two tentpole series right now. Well, I think those are those
considering time zone.
What's that?
How would that work? Would that work considering the time periods, if I might ask?
I don't know. I haven't thought that part through. But a little bit of a better one, Rurouni Kenshin and Samurai Champloo, since they're both samurai anime.
Yeah,
What's that?
could work. That could work. Now that I think about it, with Demon Slayer and My Hero, maybe I mean there could be someone that have quirks to take them to another dimension. I mean, look at the current status of the quirks in the series. So it wouldn't.
So the way I would set it up is something happens with Eri. She freaks out and reverses time altogether, and it goes back to the time of Demon Slayer.
That would actually work and be interesting, because and I think Tanjiro and Deku would become quite a good pals.
Right, like they would get along so much.
Yeah.
And then Rurouni Kenshin, it could easily be Kenshin, maybe even if you want to get kind of daring and have him run into the Mugen and Jin when he was Batosai, that would be kind of tight.
Yeah, that could be tight. You could have what's the tone I'm looking for here? I was thinking more of like I would argue that if we are going some almost Winter Soldier-esque tone with that type of approach, honestly.
Yeah, something a little darker, right? Like something kind of edgier.
Yeah. One I have one that is a combination of air one, or wait, is the it's off air. They have finished that last arc. It's One Piece and Fairy Tail, honestly.
Ooh.
And the reason I say One Piece as a series is that I dare argue that One Piece is the perfect series for crossovers, because it's all about exploration.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know how big the world is in One Piece. I mean, semi-spoiler, they go into heaven in one episode.
Yeah, so that sounds like such an expansive world. They could stumble upon anything, really.
Yeah, they can just, it's easy an explanation that they could stumble upon the world of magician in Fairy Tail, and it could be have you read or seen Fairy Tail?
Yeah, I actually saw Fairy Tail, a good amount of Fairy Tail. I was a big fan of Natsu. I got into a good chunk of episodes, like probably like 40 or 50 of them, and then I just kind of stopped.
Yeah. Did you know that English voice actor for Ursa, the Scarlet Knight in Fairy Tail, is English voice actor for Luffy?
What?
Random trivia. Yeah.
I didn't know that. What? Oh shit! I didn't know that. That's awesome.
But yeah, I just think that considering how they all both love to eat and all that, yes, they could. Luffy and Natsu could get along, and then you could also make a joke about how Luffy always travels along, and well, Natsu gets motion sick as soon as he gets into a transportation device. As you maybe remember, the Dragon Slayer always gets motion sick when they try to move around in be it trains, boats, what have you.
One Piece, I've gotten to a good point too. Like I think I can't say that now. It's 1,000 plus, but I got like 200-ish episodes in. Like I got past all the Chopper stuff. I got like a really good amount of time into One Piece. And I think what ended up happening on Toonami, the Funimation dub just like stopped at that point at least. And then I just never got back into it.
Yeah. It's a lot to get into, that's for certain. But yeah,
It is. It has
but I
some
think
enjoyable characters though. Luffy, Zoro, excuse me. I'm used to Zolo because that's what he was called on Toonami. But
yeah,
I
the
mean,
four kids
Usopp,
dub.
the whole crew is just awesome.
You can, yeah, I agree. Someone that follows One Piece currently, and honestly, you could make an entire anime episode talking about four kids in famous dubs. But again, I'm off.
That's a good idea.
I mean, anyway, another one that I thought about. No, not really, but I can mention it. No, I can mention it. It was that apparently there was. I can see if I can get some more info on it. But do you know the Forever World? You know that guy is.
Ooh.
It's a big anime and manga dude on YouTube that well covers anime and manga for. And he talked about a canceled Naruto and Bleach crossover.
And that would have been cool at the peak, like at the height of both of those series. That would have been ideal. But you run into the same problem with as we were talking about with My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer.
Yeah, because the because how should I put it? I would argue that it would be even weirder because systematically Bleach and Naruto, although it would be cool, is such a different type of show in terms of structure and all that, yes, and thematic, and it would have been interesting to see. I'm not gonna lie, but is would they have Naruto getting dragged to hell or something to have it work?
Right. Like, does Naruto die or like what? How does he get to the Soul Society? Is the question.
Yeah, because I doubt that Soul Society would. It wouldn't be work to have Soul Society come to the world of Naruto. Because then you would have to make some explanation of why all of them can see Ichigo and company for
Exactly.
whatever reason. So it would just be, are they going, the Team 7, are they getting killed and drags to hell, or the Soul Society or something? Well, I don't know. But it would have been an interesting concept nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely interesting. It is, though, like questionable as to how it will be executed. Yeah. But if they could pull it off in a way that's like simple and pretty easy to explain, it could work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were there any problems you had with this crossover?
With the One Piece one?
Yeah.
One Piece X Dragon Ball. If you're talking about the crossover we talked about, the general stuff, I don't really have one. I mean, how should I put it? It wasn't that bad of a voice acting with the OG that I saw, but I can imagine it being a bad job in dub, depending on whoever did that. But I actually thought of a crossover, another one, honestly. And I don't know if you ever heard of Space Dandy?
Yes, Space Dandy is fucking awesome. I'm sorry to cuss.
Dude, I swear like a sailor on this channel, so don't you worry. Current viewers are consistent viewers are used to me or to some extent Brandon at times swearing. So it shall be interesting to see how YouTube Skyline will react when we upload a Sword Art Online episode that we have on Anchor.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm ready for that, Isaac.
But yeah, I was thinking Space Dandy and Eden Zero, actually. Because they are both rather comedic, although I would argue Eden Zero has some more of a darker tone. But they are both about roaming around in space, essentially. And it could just be, I wouldn't call it Guardians of the Galaxy, but Space Dandy is a bit Guardians of the Galaxy in its tone, I would argue. With
totally.
Dandy being Chris Pratt, but
yep.
I don't know what I would call Eden Zero, but I think it could be it's like One Piece. You are in space. You can pretty much explain it as they just land in the same planet one day, and
yeah,
how you
that's so easy.
Yeah, it's heck, you can have considering how Dragon Ball is right now. You can basically, which is also so ironic. You can basically have Dragon Ball now with essentially any franchise, considering they are going into parallel universes and all that. Yeah, so that's solved that problem with Dragon Ball, I suppose.
Yeah, I have one incredibly destructive, random one that probably would just be like thousands of things into a blender. Imagine Space Dandy crossing over with Bobo, and Fully
That would
Cooley.
be glorious. Oh, that would be glorious. And that would just be make Deadpool look like Downtown Abbey in comparison.
For real.
I mean, I hope we can get a reboot of Bobo. It would just be so. Please, it ended too early. It's just such a gold mine. I know that people argue that it would certain animes won't work in live action. Imagine if they try to make Bobo live action.
Honestly, I will be down just to see some nose hair coming out of some dude's hair, his nose, as freaking whips. Man, Bobo, what a funny, random, non-serious, great time that anime has always been.
We need to cover that series in another episode.
Yeah, let me know, because I'd be down for that one.
Yeah, but I think we have talked as much as we can on this old crossover episode. So, Leo, where can people find you?
You can find me over on YouTube. Just search in Geekly Goods, and I'll be right up top. 2 G's. You got a red one and a gray one. Click on it. I'm there. Let's talk all things movies, TV, a little bit of Marvel, DC, a little bit of anime. We talk all geekdom over on Geekly Goods, guys. So come on through. Let's chat. Isaac, thank you for having me on. Are we going to talk a little live action One Piece?
Yeah. We shall talk about. We shall also talk about live action One Piece in the episode that uploads after this one. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Bye.